Welcome to the madness!
Hey, how's it going, folks? The name's Deathy, and welcome to Age of Wonders Planetfall. Been looking forward waiting for so long for me to play this. Honestly, ever since I announced I was going to do this game, when I did my 10 games confirmed video last year, honestly, I was just counting down the days, honestly. So, Age of Wonders Planetfall, what is it? Well, this is best described as an X4 simulation / hex grid turn-based strategy game. Basically, the premise is that we play as a faction, and what we do is when we play as a set faction on certain maps, we get a set of objectives that we have to fulfill. At the same time, we have to sort of build settlements, raise armies, and basically decide whether to wipe out some of the other local factions or go for more diplomatic ends. I mean, the best way to describe this game, I mean, as far as I'm aware, I might be wrong with this, but for me at least, it's a mixture between Civilization and XCOM, where basically, you know, with Civ, you have a lot of different objectives you can do. You can go for, you know, your research, your diplomatic, your conquest victories, that sort of thing. But what's kind of cool is with the armies that you create, when you go into battle, it turns into a hex-based, turn-based fights, basically. With each action having its own unique units and army makeup. So, yeah, I've been wanting to play this for a long time. I remember seeing a little bit of a playthrough this game of Chapter 1, I believe, when it was released back in 2019, I think it was. And ever since then, it's just been on my playlist, and that day has arrived. So let's chill, let's relax, and let's play some Planetfall. So also as well, to let you guys know, this is going to be a blind playthrough. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing or what the story's about or anything. So we're just going to take it one little bit at a time. In fact, we have a tutorial that we're going to play for this part and maybe the next couple. And also as well, this isn't going to be the a one and done series. There is mods and there is DLCs introducing some different ways of playing and introducing some different factions, some new units and stuff. So we're going to come back here and we're going to do what we want to do. But for now, we are going to do a tutorial, and we're going to do ourselves a new campaign going through, I believe it's 10 different chapters, I think. So like a story mode. But yeah, all that in the future. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please get yourself comfortable, pull up a chair, and let's play some Age of Wonders Planetfall. Okay, let's do this. Alright, we're going to start off with tutorial. There we go.
Commander's personal record. Vanguard LCVP-86 emerged from void space intact. Our destination is a small planet located near to the anomaly in this system. Scans are showing nothing but static from the research outpost below. The distress call we received remains the only sign of life.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
The void anomaly looms over the planet like a dark omen. These scientists must have been mad to study the phenomenon from this close. But it's not for me to question their motives. We're here to secure a foothold, search for any survivors, and investigate what happened. Prepare for Planetfall.
Love it. Okay, so planet scan. Dolos Minerva tutorial. World size is tiny. Landmass type is Pangea. Water 1%, 90% land. Objectives: search for survivors, find out what happened. So, Commander Jack Gelder. So this is the one thing about Planetfall as well, as far as I'm aware, that each race or each faction has heroes that you can use, each with their own unique like benefits and abilities that can also enhance their own abilities and can enhance certain troop types, I believe. So race is Vanguard. The Vanguard consists of raw folk with few ties to society, so the effects of long interstellar travel in cryosleep and the resulting time dilation does not matter to it. Starting bonus. Starting army units have +1 rank. Long-term bonus. Produce weapons units have +1 rank. Firearms, weapons group, laser weapons group, deploy combat drones and turrets, use of propaganda and military force, powerful ranged weapons but weak melee capability. Voidtech warps the laws of physics, allowing the manipulation and teleportation of matter and energy. Starting unit, Echo Walker. Command highly mobile units that can teleport and pass through obstacles. Create temporary clone units. Destabilize and decelerate enemies. Uses the arc and kinetic damage channels. Alright. So perks. So we got Vanguard Assault Equipment. You received your pack after assault training. This advanced training gives you the following skills. Range Specialist. Increases damage dealt when using ranged weapons. Steady Aim. Increases your accuracy when behind cover. This pack increases a laser rifle that deals repeated thermal damage, a basic grenade that deals kinetic damage in an area and staggers those who hit. So no background. Hold on, no background. You have a normal and genetic upbringing for your race, not specialized in anything in particular. Military Detachment. A strong military force is always a good idea, so you are sure to recruit extra soldiers to join you in your expedition. You start the game with a larger starting army, and then we got nothing for Vice. You have no imperfections. Alright, let's go then. Man. So. Okay, that's cool.
Welcome, Commander. I am Ava, your autonomous integrated virtual assistant. Standard issue for every planetary governor of the Star Union. My messages will appear when important actions are undertaken for the first time. They can be reviewed at any time in the Imperial Archives.
Okay, the diamond icon and color will assist in early decisions by recommending certain choices to direct development of your starting empire. You can pan the camera using the arrow keys and zoom in and out using the middle mouse button on your mouse. Additionally, the camera can be moved by holding down the first left mouse button and moving the mouse. Selecting is done by clicking the left mouse button to deselect something you use. Okay, close. Okay. Planetfall successful, Commander. Powering up base colony systems. Good. Still time to waste. We'll start by setting up and expanding this colony. Start a surface scan for survivors and existing colony infrastructure. Inform me when our research systems are online. Yes, Commander. Recalibrate sensors and initiating surface scan. A biodome has been located nearby. There's no sign of survivors. Continue scanning the planet's surface. If there are any survivors in this world, I want to know about it. I'll scout the adjacent sectors and investigate the biodome. It should contain supplies that will help us expand our colony. Alright. Search for survivors. Exploration. Select your army and explore the nearby sector. Locate and investigate the overgrown biodome. Hint. You can see your progress in the currently active quests in the objectives interface. Objectives. Explore the nearby sector. Take control of the overgrown biome. Reward is 95 research and 41 food. Alright. Okay, so let's have a little look at the UI, shall we? So I noticed that my face cam is not taking up much, which is actually pretty nice. I like it. Okay, search for survivors, research fields be set up. Okay, so we've got diplomacy, operations, objectives, colony overview, military overview, and unit template manager. Neutral popular support, no effects, no penalty, start by receiving bonuses, increase your bonus. Okay. 202 operation points. Tactical operation points used to launch operations during tactical combat when a battle takes place within your operational coverage. Tactical operation points are reset each turn on the world map. Strategic operation points used to launch operators on the world map. Strategic operators include unit summons, sector bonuses, penalties, and cover actions. Doctrine slots. Okay. Orders only. End turn, event log, operations.
The task notifier shows actions available during the current turn, as well as urgent matters that require attention. This is an army. Armies contain up to 6 units on a single hex, and are used to explore the world, attack enemy armies, and defend colonies.
Selecting unit's portrait in the army panel below will display its abilities. Okay, let's see. Let's have a look at...
To move an army, select it, and then move the cursor to the hex you want it to go to. A preview of the route is shown, with a blue path to indicate how far the army can move this turn.
Each hex has a move point cost, and each unit has a set number of move points per turn. Units can be selected by the left mouse button and clicking over a hex when selected towards that. Okay. Right. Okay, so we had Jack Gelder, Army Commander, level 1, 50 out of 50 health, long range, grenade, biological light unit, army power 100. Vanguard Assault Bike. Tier 2 Vanguard Skirmisher, rank recruits, focus laser array, wide field laser array, mechanical heavy weapon.
This is the unit panel, where all the information on a unit can be viewed, including their active and passive abilities in the list on the left side.
Watch research. Unit mods can be assigned to a unit using the mod slots on the right. Interesting.
Units can have different roles in combat.
Okay, core units are racer scouts and baseline infantry. Skirmish units are focused on dealing damage. Specialist units have non-damage support abilities in addition to attacks. Elite units are higher tier units that have strong damage support abilities. A colony can only produce skirmisher, specialist, and elite units if built special unit unlock structures. Okay.
Heroes are special units that lead your armies. Commander, you are also represented as a hero on the map.
As heroes level up, they gain skill points. They can be spent to unlock unique hero abilities using this interface. Many hero abilities buff the entire unit army they are leading. Next to unit mods, heroes have the ability to wield legendary hero items that can be found while exploring a strategic map. Alright, this is pretty cool. Morale, Void Tech. Okay, so Larry Rifle 11. Overwatch. Base Grenade, skill points. Okay, so let's see. So, mind control immunity is got Overwatch. Condenser Overwatch stands under the fire. Yep, we know how that works. Resurgence. When a unit dies in combat, it's revived at the end of combat if its owner is victorious. Revived units are brought back with 50% of their maximum health. Not bad. Steady aim. Attacks with ranged weapons 15% more accurate when fired from cover. Makes sense. Biological, carbon-based life form, hero, infantry. Units which is usually bipedal or at least vaguely humanoid in shape. Land movement. Light units and Vanguard. Okay then, right. So the Vanguard troopers. So we got assault rifle, repeating, grenade, defense mode. Unit's ends turn goes to a defensive mode because 25% harder to hit and cannot be flanked. If the unit is staggered, defense mode is cancelled. Overwatch, steady aim. Okay, so we got also so we got ourselves an assault bike. And for these Vanguard troopers. Okay, interesting. Right. Expand unit. I do not want to expand unit. Okay, what else do we have? We got guard, removes the army from the list of pending orders. Also explore. Set the stat to automatically reveal the unexplored parts of the area. Wait 1 turn. And that's the morale. Okay then, right, well I guess we'll start heading off towards the to our objective then. So we got Startling Wilderness, the Broken Elbow Mountains, Owl Tutori's Pond. And also we've got a ridge to the south then. Okay, let's move up then. Colony production facility is a currently hiding, Commander. I recommend we start with building the central replica factory, a facility to increase population. I've highlighted the structure in the colony interface. Okay,
this is the colony interface. It allows you to inspect and control your settlements on this planet. The tabs at the top left cycle through the production and colonist options.
Okay.
Under this colony's name, you can see the amount of each resource this colony generates. A description and a breakdown of the colony's income can be found in the tooltips of each resource.
Okay then.
This is the Structure Production tab. Colony structures can be built from here to unlock new units, strengthen the economy, and bolster the colony's defenses.
Yeah, the structure, yeah. Standard confirmation. Alright, so we've got Custerville. I guess, is that a little nod to General Custar? What is it? Is it Custard or Custar? Okay, so we've got 19 food, plus 19 food, plus 96 energy, plus 5 cosmite, function, plus 6 happiness slots, 25 knowledge. Okay, then, right, so it wants us to build the central replicator factory. Produces allowing the colony to produce structures and units more quickly. It provides plus 15 production, yep. Cost 100, 2 turns, sure.
Units and structures can be built in a colony by selecting the Produce option, which places them in the production queue.
Okay then, is there anything else we want to build? I'm going to buy skirmishers and specialist units. Vanguard Pog. It doesn't look like it's going to cost anything. Oh, 150 production. Wait, okay, so where do we see our overall production
The
then?
currently selected colony tab is Unit Production. All units available for construction are listed here.
Okay. More units unlocked for research and building their prerequisite structure. Units cost more production energy to build, and higher tier units also cost cosmite. You can add units. Yeah, okay, we don't want to add any units for now.
The Sector Production tab lists the structures that can be built in any of the province sectors of the colony.
A sector can be exploited in one of 4 resources: energy, food, knowledge, or production by building the appropriate building in that sector. Okay, that's fine. Right, well, looks like we can only do. Okay, so. Okay, let's build ourselves a military skirmisher barracks. So it's not costing much. I think so. 150 energy, 20 cosmite, influence.
The Colonists tab lists details of the colony's growth and happiness. The colony's output can be fine-tuned by assigning colonists to resource slots.
Okay, new commanders can keep colonist management through sharing into boss settings. Okay. Let's see, so we've got 1 person on food, 1 person on energy, 1 person on bingo. Got 3 out of 8. Yeah, let's not mess around with that, that's fine in my opinion. Change colony name. Nah, we'll keep it the way it is. Unless we have some suggestions for names in the future. Which, you know, I'll be happy with. Okay, right, looks like that's everything I want to do. Okay, so how do we come off of that? Okay, so open the colony interface and complete the Central Republic Offensive Production. I found in there. Right, we've already done that,
When
that's
all
fine.
suggested actions from the task notifier above the minimap have been handled, the option will automatically change to End Turn.
Since you moved your unit start production in your colony, no more actions can be undertaken. So now it's left is end of turn. Okay, end turn. Commander, our laboratories have become online and research is now available. We can begin researching technologies to unlock new deployments to help us on this planet. Excellent. What do you suggest we start with, considering our mission parameters? The military research, it is recommended to start with nanite support, to provide our troops with extra protection and unlock battlefield support operations. For society research, it is recommended to start with frontier facilities, to unlock basic infrastructure upgrades for our colony. I have highlighted these skills in the research interface for your convenience. Alright, sure,
Welcome
research.
to the Research Center, Commander. Here we allocate knowledge to rediscover the technologies of the Star Union and search for new frontiers.
Okay, military research and society research. Knowledge is applied to both types of research equally, but at the end of the turn.
Military research concerns unit unlocks, unit mods, and military operations.
Okay, racial research, weapons research, and secret technology research. Okay, right, so nanite support gives us nanite injectors. Heal this unit for 15, increases resistance to all damage channels by 3 for 2 turns, can only be used once per battle. Nanite support station. Gives security to all adjacent units. And we have combat assistance system. Send a CSS drone to assist target unit. Drone purges any negative status effects and provides a +2 while it's active for. Okay. Well, they want us to go nanite, so I guess we'll research that. We've got heavy laser applications, ignition module laser strike, which that could be very useful. Units laser weapons is a 12 strength chance, 8 for repeat attacks, set targets on fire, causing burning for 3 attacks. And then calling a laser strike that deals 25 thermal damage with massive impact and has an 8 straight chance to inflict burning. And we have subjugation ordnance, which is ammunition flechette, the fire flechette ammunition, which is 12 chance for repeat attacks to inflict bleeding for cyborg and biological units. You can only have one kind of ammunition be active any time. Just so this monk grants the unit 10% increased damage on all abilities, and we have Shredder Bomb, or Phase Manipulation with Void Tech. Phase Walker Module, Phase Field, what for calls 50% to hit combat. And we have, okay, so let's bad. Right, well, research nanite then.
Society research concerns economic development, governmental policies, and espionage.
Okay, doctrine research unlock government policies to steer your empire. Economy research focuses on the development of your colonies, and operation research increases operation effectiveness and unlocks covert operations. Right, we're going frontier policies. So that's frontier survival, colony militia, and combat situation center. So we'll get frontier survival, For as long as the Vanguard have been sent to remote worlds, they have been trained to sustain themselves with new supplies where en route. As a result, the military helps to maintain and control food consumption in our colony, plus 15 food to new colonies, colonial militia. Populations are armed and ready. Recruiting troops directly from our own colony militia reduces training time, allows us to bring troops to the field more rapidly. Production cost of all units reduced by 10. Production in colonies. In addition, production cost is further reduced by an extra 5% for each military infrastructure and defense building in a colony. Unit cost can never be lowered more than 75%. And we have Combat Simulation Center. VR combat sims are vital to preparing forces for battle. There are 3 experience per turn to all units and any stat currently on or adjacent to the colony. That's not bad. Is it frontier policies or front? Oh no, it's facilities that I want us to do. Actually, I would have went with that. Actually, that would have been a bit better in my opinion. Aquatic deployment. Okay. I'll go through this one at a time. Colony gains 2 happiness slots and plus 6 happiness income. Recreation Dome. Standard military infrastructure agrees to colony militia armies to create more powerful units. Okay, so wants to do that then. Okay, that's not too bad. We're not going to go too much into this, but we'll see. Right, what is required? Okay, so we're free from there. Ooh, so we're going to get a fight here. Search for survivors, occupied owner, marauder guard, and we're at war with them. Army power 200. And our army power 710. Okay, what do we got? Hopperhound, Manhunter, Army Commander 2 on Skirmisher, Claw Strike, Early Combat Jump, and we have Mega Beetle Baby. Jesus. Defense mode, Hyper Armor. Defensive gets 2 armor. Plus 25 out of flanked. Beetle Spit. Spit biochemical agent and target plus 1. Okay, right, well. Let's get to it then. There are no survivors here. The illicit destruction was overrun by critters, which reclaimed this biodome and annexed its sector to our colony. This will expand our domain and increase our supplies. Okay, good. So I just want to make sure my, okay. Had the camera off all that time. It's going to take me a while to put them on and off throughout the episodes. We didn't have enough colonists to control additional sectors yet, Commander. We need additional food to allow the colonies to grow. Larger colonies can sustain more province sectors. I want to establish a foothold here as quickly as possible. We can recover extra food from the overgrown biodome after clean out the wildlife. Alright, we go then. Right, so very low risk battle. Okay, so we've got our assault bike and 4 lots of troopers as well as the commander. Allows for cast tactical operations. Against Hopperhound, Manhunter, and the Mega Battle Baby. Yes, not to do that. Not allowed. Okay, manual combat. Let's go then. Let's see what's start. So you're gonna see the combat phase. Honestly, the combat phase is beautiful.
The battle has started, Commander. The defending army always gets to act first, followed by the attackers.
Ah, shit. Okay, so moving down that way. Moving down that way. Alright, so let's see.
During a combat turn, each unit has 3 action points to spend on using their abilities, which can cost between 1 and 3 action points. Regardless of cost, using an ability always ends the unit's turn.
The tactical movement colors on the ground indicate how many action points the units will have left after moving there. The red overlay on the ground means units will be left with no action points after movement.
Commanders and heroes are some of the strongest units in any army, capable of wielding a variety of powerful weapons and even piloting vehicles. They level up as they gain experience, allowing them to unlock new abilities and buffs.
If the commander is defeated in combat, they return to their faction's headquarters after a certain number of turns. Heroes do not have this special protection. Right then, so let's see what we got done. Alright, sorry folks. So it just popped up on my laptop desktop for a second and I just want to make sure everything's alright. But everything is fine. Okay, right, so we have move, we got rotate, so we can rotate where we're facing. We got the laser rifle, we have defense mode, we have overwatch, and we have grenade. Right, so let's see here. Okay, so the red, lightly obscured, eh? Okay. Right, obviously we don't want to move it too close because they are melee. Our range, obviously. Let's see, there has to be some cover we can go to. Right, let's move it here. I'm going to do an overwatch. I think.
Some units with ranged attacks can enter Overwatch. While in Overwatch mode, the unit will have a red eye icon above its head. This unit will fire its primary ranged attack at any enemy unit that moves or uses an ability on a hex within this unit's field of view.
Overwatch can only be triggered once per unit, and if a unit is using Overwatch staggered, the Overwatch mode is cancelled.
Each unit has active abilities that they can use during combat. Next to attacks, they have a guard ability, which increases the unit's defenses until the start of their next turn. Guard abilities always cost 1 action point.
The maximum range of the unit's currently selected ability will be displayed using a white line on the battlefield. You can select enemy units to see their abilities and how to use them. Holding down the Alt button will allow your units to target obstacles or the ground, which is useful when using a barrier of effective abilities.
Try moving your units forward to form a gunline, Commander. There are several nearby obstacles that your Vanguard troopers can take cover behind, symbolized by shield icon when hovering over the hex in cover.
Try putting your troops in cover and enable Overwatch them. The red eye symbol. The assault bike has great mobility, is best used into flanking positions to engage in combat next turn. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go over this way, I believe. We might be able to cut through this way, I think. Actually, I might be able to come down this way, actually. Yeah, I was going to come down this way. Right, tell you what, let's take you to the far right here.
A friendly unit has moved into cover. Cover protects the unit by making it harder for enemies to hit them with abilities. Cover is directional and only protects against attacks if it is between the targeted unit and the enemy.
Some units are too large to use cover, but it can be used as cover by other smaller units. Throughout the combat map, there are also large obstacles that block line of sight, allowing units hiding behind them to avoid being targeted altogether. I suppose so. Right, let's see, so we've got focus laser array. What's the range of that? Okay, 3. Wide laser array. Okay. Right, let's... Nope. Let's guard. Right, let's get... Right, let's get you over here. Okay, we can't overwatch, that's fine. Rotate that way. That's our fault, it's fine. Right. Okay, you guys over here. Lightly obscured. Or watch. Skip. I don't think there's friendly fire. We should be fine, I think. See what I'm trying to do anyway. Right, let's see what we're doing. That's everyone. Come on in.
A unit has been staggered, causing it to lose an action point. Most melee attacks and explosives will stagger units.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Most melee attacks and explosives will stagger units. If the unit's in Overwatch or guard mode, cancel it. Okay. Well, there's the Overwatch at least.
Most abilities that are used on enemy units have an accuracy rating, which is the chance that the ability hits the intended target.
If an ability misses, it will either strike another target or do nothing at all. Some abilities can also graze, meaning that the ability affected its target but with reduced strength. Oh, there we go, at least we've got the Overwatch kicking in. Nice.
Enemy neutralized.
Okay, here comes the next group. Okay, try to kill this moving. That's fine, we should be in range. Okay, so you see the yellow. That means they're flanked, I think. Oh no, keep forgetting it's right. 50%. Nice, good shot. Like it. Okay, can we fire from our position? No, we're gonna get him closer, that's fine. Let's move in. And fire. Get graze. Let's get a little closer. And open fire. Nice.
Our forces are victorious.
Not bad. Okay, you attack Royal Guard. Heh, gosh, a replay, nice. Alright, let's go. Commander, our colony has grown big enough to support an additional sector. I recommend annexing the sector which contains the biodome, and this will add its food income to our colony. Good. We'll annex this sector to our colony as a profit sector so we can start exploiting the land for resources as soon as possible. Perfect. So we get 42 food.
Objective completed.
Nice. Objective completed. Alright, expand colony. Expand your colony by annexing the nearby sector. You can annex a sector by selecting Annex Sector and available options. So, annex fungal habitats, exploit a provincial sector, we get 19 energy and 28 food. Okay then, so how do we do this? So move to here.
Planets are divided into geographical sectors that contain natural resources or valuable remnants of the Star Union. Sectors can be settled with colonizers or annexed as provinces to existing colonies by interacting with the central sector map marker.
Okay, actions available to take when the sector lead listed in the bottom panel.
Sectors usually have both a climb and a terrain feature that determine their economic potential.
In addition, sectors can contain locations such as resource nodes, visit sites, and hazards, which can add economical or strategic value to the sector. Hazards and special combat effects are also listed in this panel.
To make your colonies thrive, sectors need to be annexed to colony centers. This turns them into province sectors that add income to their parent colony once they are further developed.
Through experience, you will learn how to optimize sector choices and colony upgrades. Now pick any habitable sector adjacent to your starting colony and annex it. Cool. Okay, so we've got fertile plants. These plants are highly fertile and have a rich population of microscopic life. All research and food sectors on fertile plains gain +1 level. Fungal. Fungal climate is host to wild growth, resulting in an extremely biodiverse area. All research and food sectors on fungal gain +1. And then overgrown biodome. Vital supplies are grown and manufactured here. Grants +10 food to the colony it is linked to. Grants an additional +5 food when in an agricultural exploitation. Okay, right, well, let's annex sector for Custerville. Surface scan completed, Commander. I'm picking up a Vanguard military signal nearby. This could signify the presence of survivors on the planet. Bring up the scanners. Let's find out what the hell is going on here. Alright. Locate the Vanguard military signal in nearby sector. 9050 energy. Alright. Question, how long have we recorded for? Been recording for half an hour. Yeah. We'll go on about 10 minutes, I think. Right then. So we need to establish, complete project, expand colony, analyze, exploit. I think that's what we've done actually. Local biome. Orders. Okay, let's keep moving you north then, I suppose. That's cool. Anything we could do with Custerville? Generate. No, not really, because you're still doing what you're doing. Okay then, right, what's interesting about us then?
You have just annexed a sector, and it can now be exploited for one of the main resources. Ideally, the chosen exploitation type matches the terrain and climb features of the sector for future leveling potential.
Exploitations are built via the Colony Sensor interface in the Sector Production tab. The higher the level of the exploitation, the more income it provides. After the sector has been exploited, a specialization can be built in it for more benefits. Conduct research to unlock the sector specializations. Commander, that sector has been successfully annexed to our colony. It is now considered a profit sector. It can now be exploited for additional resources. Let's get this exploitation up and running as soon as possible. What does terrain analysis tell us? How can we best exploit our new profit sector? Analyzing climate, fungal, terrain, fertile plants, resource node, biodome, processing analysis, recommendation, agricultural exploitation. An agricultural exploitation will synergize with both the climate and terrain, allowing the sector to reach its full potential through research and construction. The biodome will also synergize with an agricultural exploitation, providing an additional bonus to food outcome. Okay then, right, so we have a few choices here. We can energy, agricultural, industrial, research, or residential. Alright, we'll go agricultural then, yeah? Perfect.
Objective completed.
Nice. Okay, so we've got 20 research and 23 energy. Very nice. Also as well,
Quantum-powered molecular machines are not magic, they're science. But the uncertainty principle dictates that if I explain to you exactly how it works, it'll stop working that way. So just trust me. It's not magic, it's just probabilistic, quantum state-driven subatomic machines. Stanley Strangelove, publicist, Smalltech Enterprises.
I love it. I love the voice. Quantum power molecular machines are not magic or science, but the uncertainty principle dictates that if I explain to you exactly. That's the voice I was going to use, actually. Alright, so let me research. Okay, so because we've done nanite support, we can go to the engineer course. So engineer course will give us the engineer, get shotgun, place gun turret, repair tools, not bad, and of course we get the equipment shotgun for the heroes. Could be something, and then lean into the air core. Or we can go smart defense modules. I'm kind of looking at maybe focusing. Actually, maybe I should get the basic 3. Maybe laser applications. Actually, I'm kind of photon acceleration. This unit laser weapons gain additional level stagger impacts. Additionally, +1, whatever that is. Photonic countermeasures. Firing a blinding laser beam down 10 minutes, trying to use to be blinded. Electronic magic. Electromagnetic neutralization. Deal arc damage. Offensive mod. Real accelerators. Built-in weapons. Stabilize sharp firearms. Attack 10% accuracy, 1 extra range. Do you want, let's get engineer course next. Just to mainly. Oh, hold on. What's that mean? Why is it purple? 4 turns? Meh, that's fine. Yeah, because I just want to focus on upgrading our unit roster mainly. Society, we got frontiers. Could go aquatic deployment maybe. Water base, sea transport, river cross, but we not really need a big stack of water. Alien surveillance, frontier. Let's go frontier policies. What I mentioned before, that could work. So let's go take 2 turns. Okay. Orders received. Right, so we still need to head to there. Okay, that's fine. Looks like nothing's in the way, I don't think. So it's here. Lieutenant Zhang? What the hell are you doing on this rock? Last I heard, you were stationed on Leaf 6. Commander Dayu Zhang. Commander Jack Gelder. I require your immediate assistance. Our settlement is overrun with hophounds and we need help fighting them off. We are sending you blueprints for some weapon modifications. Let's burn these bugs down. Received, Lieutenant. We'll make quick work of these bugs. Commander, before engaging in battle, we should mod our units to make it more combat effective. Select our army and inspect units in the army panel below to see and equip mods. We can equip the mods Lieutenant Zhang gave us on troops or your weapons, Commander. Please bear in mind that while the process is immediate on your weapons, modifying our troops leaves them vulnerable for a single cycle.
Objective completed.
Alright, so 50 energy there. Help Dayu Zhang defeat the hop-hand threat. Yep, we will do. Right, so let's do that thing then. Okay, so what mods do we have?
Mods allow you to improve your units later in the game, and allow you to adapt your arsenal to ever-evolving threats.
Alright, cool. The unit mods for research and NPC factions. Okay, so looks like we can buy. Looks like we have to build mods, I suppose. Right, well I think for our hero, because we are using the thermal rifle, or laser rifle that does thermal damage, we might go ignition module. Okay. And then maybe go nanite ejectors. Yeah, just to make it a little better. We do that for all of them. Hold on. Nanite ejectors. Mod equivalent units. 80 energy. I'll tell you what, we'll do it for 2 of them, I
Once
think.
mods have been assigned to a unit, a new template needs to be made for the modified unit.
Every template is unique, with its own name and icon, and changing the mods in the unit with an existing template will prompt the creation of a new template for that unit. The template can also be used to simultaneously upgrade all existing units at the same time. Okay, hearty? Yeah, okay, we'll do that then. And then what we'll do is we'll do it on 1 more as well, nanite. Just on 2 of them. Okay, let's close. And then let's move to here. And we wait.
Sector annexed.
And that's built as
Production
well.
ready.
Okay, let's end turn. Okay, produced military skirmisher
Production
barracks.
ready.
Very nice. Oh, that's cool. We can build the mods from the beginning. That's pretty nice. Okay, so colonizer. Produce Vanguard colonizer. We use producing colonies with these 4 colonists. Oh, that's cool. Set up new colonies. Vanguard owl. That's gonna be our scout, I suppose. Yep. Alright, cool. Let's leave that be then for now. Again, we're just following the tutorial. Okay, so we've got 2 of them. Nice. Right then. Only 6 units allowed per army. Oh, okay. Right. Oh, you got an engineer. Let's have a look at the engineers then. Okay, so engineers have the shotgun. They have place gun turret, very nice. Repair tools. Heal the targeted mechanical or cyborg unit for 30 health. Targeting calibration. Assist the targeting systems of friendly mechanical vanguard units. Increasing accuracy by 30, range by 1 to 2. Defense mode, yep. Mechanical recovery. We're stacked for 6 per strategic turn. Ooh, okay, right, we need to get some of those. Line unit specialist, okay. Let's have a look at Dayu Zhang. Oh god, look at that sniper rifle, Jesus. MX-2000 sniper rifle. High impact stagger units, reducing action points, cancel defense modes, anti-air. 20% damage, 20% accuracy flying targets. Okay, Imperial rifle. Imperial revolver, sorry, defense mode. Surgeons, nice. Right, so I guess because she's already in 5 feet, if we move here, Mava, we'll get that in a second, and then we go in.
When engaging an army in combat,
Yeah.
all armies adjacent to the defending army that are allied to either the defending army or the attacking army are drawn into combat as well.
I was about to say, it does make sense. That is interesting. So we can have potentially. So we can have ourselves some very massive battles now. Okay, so we've got Hopper Hound Eviscerator, which is tier 3 elite. 55, wow. Oh, wow, Jesus. Hopper Hound Bleed More. 40 unit, tier 2 skirmisher. Bleed More. Right. Let's do some under combat. I think we'll do this and we'll call it an episode. Going long enough, near enough. Okay. It depends on moving. Okay, let's let the heading westwards, northwards. Okay, let's let the heading towards the other troop. Okay, there is a possibility we could probably do a little bit of a flank here, actually. Right, I think what we'll do is we could place the gun turret. Oops. Okay, so that's free. Let's move to here. Place a gun turret. That should help out. Let's get an overwatch here. Vanguard units, let's come to here. I'll watch here. Okay, that's the commander. Her range is quite crap for a sniper. Let's move it here. Let's go down. Let's get to here with this Vanguard. Basically, I just want to set up like an Overwatch trap. Kind of bunch together and just wait for them to come in if near enough. Perfect. Right, and then what we can do is we can move for 2. And we can set up an Overwatch for cells, I think. Assault bike. Let's get to here. We could do a hit and run if need be soon. Yeah, we got the nanite support. Gonna be used once per battle, so that's fine. Let's get to here. Like I said, just do a couple of overwatches, just get into position. My understanding is they might actually go up this direction and we can move in and we can sort of pincer them. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Right, move you here. In fact, what's the ratio to grenade actually? That's a good question. Not that much. Okay, that's it. Let's see what happens then. Okay, they're moving in. That's there. Okay, one of the units get hit. Ooh. Okay, so
After the first round of combat, tactical operations can be launched by both sides. Tactical operations can be accessed using the operations interface button in the bottom right of the screen.
A player can only launch a tactical operation during a turn, and only one can be launched each turn. Launching tactical operations costs energy and operation points. Okay.
Operations ready.
And what operation is this? Laser strike, shredded bomb, nanite support station. Ah, I see. Combat assist. Okay, maybe I'll do laser strike actually. Laser strike. Hold on, maybe not that. I need shredder bomb. Something with AoE. I guess I can only do it with one at a time then. %. Sure, let's use it. Nice. Okay, right. Do you have line of sight? Do. Open fire. Okay, one down.
Enemy neutralized.
Open fire. Okay, grenade. They get a little closer than that. I don't know if it's worth sacrificing a unit, but give it a shot, I suppose. Might be within range. That'll finish him off. Let's do it.
Enemy eliminated.
Nice. Okay. Got a shot here. 13 damage. Nice. Can we get a shot here? 50%. Okay, that's,
Enemy eliminated.
yeah, that's a blade more done. Target calibration. This doesn't really much difference, does it? Skill guard mode. It's fine. Let's go with watch case of movement. Okay, assault bike. I don't think we can get a line of sight. Have them there. %. That's what we do. Good. Staggered melee overwatch. I like it. Okay, let's move a little closer. Yeah, we should be done now. Well, kind of depends, really. Give the guy this right click to confirm things. Oh, it does dash. Alright, no problem. So here. No range, nope. Okay, so watch. Okay, turn. Poisoned. Ooh, we got a miss with the laser rifle. Okay, jumped. There's no watch. And there we go.
They never stood a chance.
Well done. Great, perfect. You won. And won. Nice. Thank you, Commander. You got us out of a tight spot there. Don't mention, Lieutenant. Status report. Well, dear. A force of Outlanders made Planetfall a few cycles ago and assaulted our positions. The assault was centered on the Void Tech facility nearby. I fought them off, but we suffered heavy casualties. These virus? None on our side. But our colony was burned to the ground during the assault. You're looking at all that remains of my detachments in the colony. What a mess. I'm sorry about your casualties, Mr. What about this Wojtek facility? Why were they after it? I don't know, Commander. All the scientists, if you knew of the facility, perished in the assault. With our colony destroyed, we were unable to annex the landmark to investigate further. Alright, let's get things back on track. I'll take command here. Back up your settlement so we can redeploy it and set up a proper colony. Lieutenant Shang, lead the way to the Wojtek facility. Acknowledged, Commander.
Objective completed.
Alright, so we've got 45 energy to feed hot compounds. Okay, new colony. Now that you have a new colonizer unit, you can found a second colony. A new colony will expand your domain on the planet, increase your income and economic growth. Hint. You can found a colony by moving a colonizer in the center of a sector and then selecting the found Vanguard colony button in the sector interface menu. A colony cannot be placed in the sector adjacent to an assisted colony in the Mieva sector. Alright, need to make food. Plug in my sector. Okay then, cool then. Right, well, I think I'm going to end it here. I've been recording long enough, about 45 minutes or so. So I'm going to try and keep these episodes roughly around 40-45 minutes or so. But yeah, we're still in the middle of the tutorial. Now, I have to say, I am enjoying this so far. I really am enjoying this so far. I don't think I've played something like this before. I mean, to say the truth, the UI by itself and just the way things are going, it is very Civ. It is very Civilization. And before anybody asks, no, I have never played a Civilization game before. Although, I am kind of tempted to play Civ 5 and Civ 6, actually, very tempted to. But I always sort of stepped away from those games because I thought it was a little too... I don't know, a little too complex for me. But maybe playing this and getting a hold of it and the basics and all that, maybe I might move on to Civ in the future. But yeah, I've actually joined this up to now. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, I hope you guys are going to enjoy this as much as I am. So that's a good bit for today's episode. So thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Links down below. Check them out if you wish. Other than that, enjoy the rest of your awesome day. I'll see you next time. Take care.